Hi, my name is Kenyatta, and I had something on my mind, so I just wanted to fume it while I was here. So, excuse me, I am in my room on my bed. But so I want to talk about depression and single young moms, um, and just learn to love yourself. So, I'm 23. I have a 2 year old. I recently got out of a abusive mentally, physically, emotionally relationship in January of this year. And so I can't say it's hard on me because I actually was with an older man, not too older, 30. And so it's like trying to basically learn to be on my own because basically he took care of everything. But I did have a job, I did work, I did pay the bills, I did do a lot. I'm gonna get into that, but basically just learning to be alone is hard. So I was with him for 3 years, and he basically from the beginning, um, he was sweet, but then I could say within 5 months in, I could tell he changed. Now by then I was already pregnant, probably like a month. Yeah, I got pregnant fast, but he tried to make me have an abortion for like 4 months. And then when he realized I was just not finna have one, I his behavior totally changed. Like that's when it changed. Talking about cheating, lying, doing the most, and like I had to talk to a therapist because I was depressed. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't do my hair. I didn't take care of myself. All I did was went to work, came home, sat in the room, and cried the whole time. Um, and then finally, when I had my son, you would think he would change because he was happy because we was having a boy. He was happy because for the longest they told us we was having a girl. So I thought he was going to change. No, that did not happen. The first day I brought my son home, he was not even like helping me. I'm talking about, when you first have a baby, you have stitches, you're bleeding, and you need a break, like somebody to take over while you go take a shower or use the bathroom or breast pump or whatever you need to do. He didn't do that. We had roommates at the time too. It was a woman and her boyfriend as well. She seen me and she helped me. I'm thankful for her. And his friend told him about himself, so he stepped up a little bit. Now I'm not gonna get into the whole story about him, but basically it didn't end well. I was with this man for 3 plus years, tried to make it work. All he did was cheat, lie, I said not take care of my son. I'm still having problems with it, but whatever. Um, but the crazy thing is, because I was with him so long, for some reason, I was attached to him. Like, I felt like I didn't want to be with nobody else but him. And I kept trying to compare myself to the women he cheated on me with all the time. She's lighter than me. She's skinnier than me. She has bigger boobs than me. She doing way more than what I'm doing in my life. You know what I'm saying? And that sunk me into a depression state more. So I had postpartum depression, and then with all that stuff he was doing, and then comparing myself and being happy with myself and not taking care of myself, I finally went through major depression. Um, my what basically diagnosed me with major depression was back in November 2015. We were still living together, but we was not going together. We decided to separate. We actually ended our relationship August of 2015, so that was a couple months before. But our lease wasn't up until basically April of this year. So we were trying to live together. You know what I'm saying? But that didn't work because all we did was argue. Anyways, I forgot what we got to arguing about. This isn't really important. But basically, I tried to stab myself and kill myself. And he literally didn't care. I mean, he really didn't care at all. He told me to do it. So serious. But the reason I didn't is because I just thought of my baby. Like, my son, like that's all that was on my mind. So the next day, I actually checked myself into. I went to the emergency room and I told them like I tried to kill myself, and they kept me over there. Then they moved me into like a mental hospital or whatever, and I was in there for about a week. And you know, doctors recommended me to a therapist and a social worker after all of that and all of that. Anyways, I met a doctor, love her, and she told me I had major depression disorder. And she is African American like me, which I mean, it doesn't make a difference, but it kind of does because African American people really like the older generation, they don't really understand that it actually is a illness. Like, they think like, you're making it up, or they think it's just something that you don't need to take medicine for, like you can just snap out of it easily. No, it's not like that. My dad, that's what he thought, that's what my brother thought. Only person that I really understood was my mom because my brother is bipolar schizophrenic. So yeah, I got diagnosed with major depression disorder. Um, and finally, I took a stand and moved out in January early. He took my name off the lease eventually, which was good. And I just been doing it on my own since then. And I can tell you it's not easy because I don't have a car, and because of that, I ended up having to quit my job because my son has eye problems. So that really does not help the situation. It was just a lot going on, and then my mental state wasn't there. So I'm going through a lot right now, but you know what? The only person that really keeps me up is my son and God. Like, I promise you not, like, when I want to cry, when I'm depressed or anything like that, I look at him like that's all I do because I know that I need to be there for him. I need to be a better mom for him. It's not his fault. And then I had to learn to love myself. Stop comparing myself to everybody. Like I said, I'm never gonna be lighter than somebody. I'm never gonna have a bigger butt than somebody. I'm never gonna have the boobs, with someone. I have blemishes on my face, black spots and acne and so on. But that's just me. That's who I am. And at the end of the day, I'm stuck in this body. So I need to take care of it. I need to love myself. And it's not easy getting over with somebody, like I said, that you think that you need. You don't need them. You know, it's hard on your own, but you don't need them because technically all I was doing was paying the bills by myself. You know what I'm saying? His money was disappearing. He was buying shoes. He was, what I'm saying, acting childish. Mom taking care of him. Mom sending him money for the baby. Guess what? He was spending it on himself. I wasn't even knowing this. And behind doors, he putting his hands on me and stuff. That's not love. I had to figure that out that a man is not going to change if he does not want to change. We think that we can change them. We think that, oh my gosh, like he is going to eventually get it together. No. If he's doing the same thing over and over, he's not going to change. So don't even waste your time. I'm telling you, you deserve better and you're going to find somebody better to be with. Now, me, I'm not looking for a relationship for about a year or two because technically, especially when you have kids, you need to get yourself together. Especially when you go through depression or anything like that. Even if you don't, you need to get yourself together. And if you just get out of a relationship like that, because you're going to get into the next relationship and you're just going to try to find love. You're going to move too quick, or you're just going to push that person away, and you don't want to do that. Like, don't punish somebody for the mistakes of the last dude. So all I'm saying is love yourself because at the end of the day, this is you. This is your body. And maybe you don't look like that person. Or maybe, like I said, you're not that skinny. But this is you. God loves you. Your child loves you. And if you don't have children, somebody loves you. Your family loves you. And if you don't have family that love you, guess what? I know you got a friend that loves you. I don't really talk to my family like that, but I know somebody that loves me. Like I said, that's my son in God. So do it for you. Start over. It's never too late. I'm telling you, it's really not too late. And like I said, it's going to be hard, but you got to do it. And once you start, you will be so happy and so glad that you did it for real. Because depression is not a joke, and abusive relationships and feeling bad about yourself is not a joke as well. For real. All right. So, yep, that's the end of my first video. Hope you liked it. Most of my videos is going to be about depression or me and my life or, somebody else's life or a makeup video or anything like that. But I really had that on my mind, so I really need to say it. So, y'all have a good day.